Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's Dustin Crace, and today we're going to do a pickups video because I just went out. I went out for a Swiffer and to get a new pair of shoes for work, and ended up just going absolutely batshit crazy. But that's okay. It's okay to go crazy every now and then. Apologies for not making any videos here lately. I've just kind of been not really in a funk, I wouldn't say, but I sit back and I'm like, well, I can make a video about this, and then I never do. So I don't know what it is, but for some reason I just haven't felt that urge to make some videos. So hopefully, as I get some games finished, which might be a challenge because something has kind of taken over my life here lately, I'll get some more videos up. I do have a plan for the end of the month to do a video. And but if anyone knows what's happening at the end of this month, then this is going to be no big surprise. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into these pickups here. Hopefully this will, bolster me back into wanting to make a bunch of videos again. Maybe it's good to have a little break. I don't know. Did a little bit of game hunting. Went to a Half Price Books and found some stuff there for really cheap. And just couldn't pass it up. The first thing I picked up was, it actually came with one of the covers there, so that's cool. The Adventures of Dino Ricky on the NES, and I think I got this for $3. And then, it was just a Hudson Soft game, and I was like, $3. I'll give it a go. It kind of has a Wonder Boy look to it. Then I got home and read about it, and it's like a over-the-head shooter, essentially. And it's supposed to be ridiculously hard. So that'll be fun. But, even if I don't like it, I only spent a couple bucks on it. And it's kind of cool just to, buy an old NES game every now and then. And then other than that, found some classic Xbox and one PS2 game. And that's really it for my game pickups. I've gone to GameStop a few times, and I just can't find anything in there. And there's really no retro shops around me. I have to go way up to Columbus to find a good retro shop. So, other than going on eBay and Amazon, which I just haven't been doing, but I have all of these to play. So there's also that sort of like, do I really need to buy more games? That's kind of setting in right now. But anyway, I've been really craving some mech action. And I don't know what it is. Unfortunately, my friend Chance Doomwaves, he's going to laugh at this, but unfortunately, Front Mission Evolved didn't satisfy that itch. So I went out and, found a couple of cheap mech games, and we'll see if they're any good or not. The first one is Mech Assault for the Xbox. Just found it for $3 and said, you know what, $3. I feel like Grub Gun. $3 is a good price for a game, so picked that up. Also picked up Gun Griffin Allied Strike, which I have the Gun Griffin game. Yeah, somewhere up here. Right there, Gun Griffin Blaze for the PS2. So, I don't know if this is a sequel or a prequel to that, but it's made by Game Arts, the same guys that do the Grandias, or not Grandias, Grandias is ESP, the Lunar games. So, I'll look into it and see if it's any good, and if not, only spent $3 on it. Picked up this because I've actually really missed playing this game, and I've never had this version of it, and that is Genma Onimusha. And I love the first Onimusha when it came out on the PS2, and this is just an updated version of it, so that was there for $3, picked it up. And then I also picked up this because it seemed really interesting to me. Taito Legends Volume 2, and this is a collection of a bunch of different arcade games, and it has Darius Gaiden on there, so if you're looking for Darius Gaiden and you don't want to get a Saturn, this is a way to get a hold of that. What else? There was another game on there. Dungeon Magic looks kind of interesting. There was another one that I saw in here in the manual, the list, that I thought was really, oh well, I can't remember. But it's got 35 games on it. So for $3 for 35 games, even if some of them are crap, a lot of classic Taito arcade games on here. But even if most of them are crap and just not something I want to play, can't really beat that. So. Taito Legends Volume 2. Another game that I picked up, of course, I did a game discussion video on this. It was Arc Squadron for the iOS platform. A very awesome spaceship shooter. The only complaint I have with it is it eats my iPhone 5 battery like crazy. So, but really graphically intense. Reminds me a lot. The thing that people say a lot is it reminds them of Star Fox. And that is true. Right? Not so much Star Fox 64 with like the open map, all flight mode, but with the classic Star Fox where you're, a rail shooter essentially. Very fun game, very challenging. A lot of levels and a lot of things to do in that game. So if you have an iOS device, I think it's free, but they're trying to get you with the in-app purchases, which you don't have to do. You just have to play the game a lot to be able to buy new ships and stuff like that. But really great game. What else? Unchained Blades for the 3DS. Downloaded that, and that is a hell of a game. A fantastic dungeon crawler. It makes me really want to go back and play the Dark Spire, which I played. I think I started playing it maybe a year ago, and then Dark Spire is super hard, and I was just getting to a point where I was like getting kind of frustrated with it, and I put it down. But man, Unchained Blades is really really catching my attention, and if it wasn't for this other thing that I'll talk about here in a minute that sort of took over my life, I'd be playing Unchained Blades all day, every day. But unfortunately, something else has sort of taken over my life, and we'll go ahead and go into the movies and DVDs and things of that nature. And yeah, my friends have been harping on me to watch this show for so long now, and I finally did it. I looked for the DVDs, and the DVDs for like season 2 is like $80 for like, I don't, maybe like 3 or 4 discs, 13 episodes. And I'm like, whoa, how am I going to get into this show if, the way I like to do it, which is buy the DVDs and watch them all in a big setting, is going to set me back that much. Even $50 secondhand in some places. Amazon, some of the secondhand sets are like still 90. It's like, how am I going to get into watching this show? Because all my friends, they have like Netflix and things like that, and they watch it on there. And then I thought, hey, wait a minute. I have an iPad. So I got onto iTunes, and sure enough, all the Doctor Who seasons are on there for $15. So I've been watching, I really, in like the last week, I started watching Doctor Who, and have just fallen in love with this show. And, as soon as I get done making this and uploading it, yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and watch more Doctor Who. So, unfortunately, as far as games and video games and stuff of that nature, my gaming has really slacked off because I've just been completely taken over by Doctor Who, and I'm in the middle. In the middle of season 2 right now. So they're up to 7 seasons. So I don't know. It'll probably get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to take a break from Doctor Who, and then I'll get back into some hardcore gaming. But right now, man, I'm just having a blast watching that show. So much so that when I went out today to buy my shoes and stuff, I found this T-shirt there and had to pick it up. And it says "Regenerate and Carry On," and it has the Doctor Who symbol on there. So I like to buy T-shirts of things that I enjoy, and I like them when they're like this. I don't necessarily want a T-shirt with like a picture of the Doctor, like Matt Smith or David Tennant on there. I don't want that. I just want like things that when you walk by and somebody knows, they look at it and they know what it means, and they're just like, ah, and you're just looking back and you're like, yep. And because I don't want it to be like, I don't know. It just says Doctor Who and has a picture of David Tennant on the front. I think that's a little too on the nose, but I like those types of shirts. Like I have a Sons of Anarchy shirt that just says Sam Crow, and most people don't know what that means, but the people actually really like that show, see it, and like that. So, but yeah, Doctor Who, I can't recommend it enough. Just a fantastic show so far. Ooh, got a little choked up there, a little caught up. On the DVD and Blu-ray front, found something really nice that I've been looking for a long time. I'm trying to get all of David Lynch's movies, and that's a little bit challenging, especially in the case of Eraserhead, because I think the DVDs are out of print and they're kind of hard to find. I think Criterion is going to be releasing a Blu-ray of Eraserhead here in the coming year sometime, because they already have it. Like, I can get it on iTunes right now, but I want an actual physical Criterion release. But I found The Elephant Man, and this is actually kind of a hard DVD to find as well. You know, I looked online, and I paid $17 for this, for a used you know, DVD at Half Price Books. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I can find it cheaper. So while I was there, I got on my iPhone and looked onto Amazon, and it was still this much there. So I don't know if this is out of print or what, but I'm glad to finally have this. I love David Lynch, and I think I need to get the Straight Story. I need to get the short film collection, and I need to get Eraserhead. And other than that, I think I might have everything. I'll have to go onto the David Lynch store on his website and see if there's, because I think there's other short film collections as well that I'll have to look into. Found this at Target for $5, and I've been looking for this a long time, and for some reason just either never found it or had just glazed over it. And that is Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. And you know, a lot of people, a lot of Batman fans out there still say that this is better than even the Chris Nolan movies. And I don't know about that because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I loved Batman the Animated Series. That was, you know, one of the best, until they started messing with it later in the seasons. That was one of the best shows out there. And still today, if you go by the Batman Animated Series DVDs, it still really is a fantastic Batman experience. And this really is, if I, you know, for everything I remember, this is a great, great Batman movie. I don't know if I'd put it above the Chris Nolan movies, but it's definitely right up there with the Tim Burton ones. So, yeah, picked that up for $5. Went to, let me think about this. Went to Best Buy, and just kind of perusing their DVD Blu-ray section, and I found this for $7, and I've been wanting to replace my DVD copy of that, and that is Casino Royale. So now I have it on Blu-ray, which I'm sure it's going to just look fantastic. But for some reason, you know, I have Quantum of Solace in Blu-ray, and I'm going to be getting Skyfall on Blu-ray as well. So I figured I had to have Casino Royale on Blu-ray just so everything looks similar. I know it's kind of stupid to rebuy your movies like that, but when they're cheap, you can't really pass that up. I picked up a sort of a controversial movie. Everything that you know, when I saw the trailer for this coming out, I was really excited for it, and I don't know why. I really wanted to see it. And then, like, the reviews came out, and a lot of the reviews are not flattering. I mean, I really think it might be a case of the internet just going crazy like the internet does. And, you know, everyone's saying, oh, I walked out of this movie after 20 minutes and blah, 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 blah. But I picked up, and I'm going to butcher this name, Cosmopolis, or Cosmopolis. Can't talk. And I haven't seen this yet. I haven't watched it, but the Blu-ray was, I mean, everywhere I go, this is really cheap. So I think that's either a statement on how well it did at the theaters, and they're trying to get people to, you know, just take a chance on it like me. But I heard that it's overly talky and doesn't really have a plot, and that kind of stuff doesn't really bother me. I find that in some cases, some movies, I just like the world that they create and the environments that they inhabit. Like Southland Tales. My favorite part of Southland Tales is the beginning, where they're setting up the entire storyline, and you just kind of, it creates this, you know, American nightmare. So sometimes with films, I really do enjoy movies that just, it feels like they don't have a purpose, but for some reason they kind of worm their way into your head and sort of affect your lifestyle in a way. I don't know. But, you know, we'll see if it's any good or not. I hope it is. But, like I said, haven't seen it, so I can't really give it a recommendation. But it's David Cronenberg, and I've seen a few of his movies, and I've liked them, so I'm sure I'll like this one as well. And then, Chargeback Forward just did their top 5 superhero movies of 2012. And this was a movie that I really wanted to see. And they just talked, like, just gushed about this movie. And I find that in a lot of things, we're on the same page. I'm on the same page with those guys when they give their opinions on things. So I found this for $10 at an FYE and picked up Chronicle. And I'm actually really excited to watch this. I really wanted to see this when it was in the theater, but it's hard to get out to the theater when you live with somebody who doesn't like going to the movie theater. So, but yeah, $10, couldn't pass it up, so I got it now, and really excited to go in and watch that. And then lastly on this pickups video, the only other thing I picked up is some music, and three albums from 2 different artists. The first album I got on iTunes because I think the only way you can get it is through a download, and that is, let's see if I can remember the name of it. The band is Little People, and the album's title is Mickey Mouse Operation, and it's a very down-tempo electronica album. The only song I've really listened to off of it is Moon. That was sort of my introduction to it. I just downloaded it this morning and haven't got around to listening to it yet, but I'm really looking forward to that because sometimes I just like some, just some nice electronic beats and just, just something to chill out to. So I think the rest of the album is a little bit different than what the song Moon is. I hope it is, it's just for the adventure's sake. But really looking forward to listening to that. And then I've been listening to a lot of Pandora here lately, and one of my new favorite artists is M83, and well, as I made an M83 channel, and it put a couple songs up by this band, and I went out and got both of their albums, and I just love them. I absolutely love them, and that is Mike Snow. I got their self-titled debut, and I got the new album, Happy to You. I will say that I've listened to the first album more, and because I just got this one like not even 2 hours ago. But this album right here, the song Sylvia and the song Cult Logic have just like I put this CD in fully trying to listen to the entire album, and I will listen to Sylvia about 4 or 5 times in a row. I can't escape that song, and I really love it. It's kind of Euro, I don't know how to, Euro dance pop mixed with alternative rock. It's kind of hard to describe. Not for everyone, but I definitely love it. The second album, I've listened to the first 3 tracks, and while I would say this is a little bit more, it's kind of a typical second album by a band, whereas the first album is meant to catch your attention, and then the second album, they try to experiment with the sound a little bit more. I definitely like it, but I don't know if I'm going to like it as much as I liked the first album. But definitely, if you're looking to listen to something new, go on to YouTube and check out Little People and Mike Snow. Mike is spelled with 2 I's. It's not a person, it's a band. Actually, it's a really interesting band because the singer lives in the States, and then the other 2 members of the band live in Sweden. And they're actually kind of famous producers. They actually produced Britney Spears' Toxic. Which is crazy to me because this sounds nothing like, what you would expect the writer of Toxic to sound like. But, it's kind of a weird scenario where, the creator of that Britney Spears song is also the creator of this great sort of alternative indie electronic band. So, yeah. But anyway, that is just some pickups here. I am going out with one of my good friends, Zach, tomorrow. We're going to go do some thrift store hunting, so I might have another pickups video tomorrow night. I'm trying not to spend very much money because I just kind of went crazy today. But, yeah, whatever. So hopefully the YouTube bug will bite me again, and I'll start getting some videos back up for you guys to watch. But maybe a break's not a bad thing. So I will definitely have a video up towards the end of January. Because of course Ni no Kuni is coming out. I'll be getting the Wizards edition. But until then, unless I finish a game or something, yeah, I don't know. I might just take a break. But if you guys have any ideas for a video you'd like me to do, drop me a comment down below, and maybe that'll get the creative juices flowing. I could do some Drinking with Dustins, but I feel like I've done way too many of those, so I'm kind of giving those a break for a while. But, yeah. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Hey, guys. While I was editing that video, I realized, hey, I forgot some stuff. So, nothing too exciting.
But I figured I'd show that off. While I was at that Half Price Books where I found the Elephant Man, I also found a couple CDs. Really good ones. I found Blonde Redhead's Misery is a Butterfly. I love Blonde Redhead. I like this album, although I don't think it's as good as 23. I think I like 23 more. Also found a copy of the self-titled album by Echo and the Bunnymen. I love these guys, and saw that there. And for some reason, I can never find Echo albums when I'm out. So I saw that there and had to pick that up, so I got that. And then picked up this part 14 in a long-running series. I'm halfway through the series, and from what I can tell, until it gets to these last 3 books, it really just drags on. So I don't know when I'll get to reading this, but I have it now, and I have all the books in the series. A Memory of Light from the Wheel of Time by Brandon Sanderson and Robert Jordan. The series outlived the author, and Brandon Sanderson had to go back and write the last 3 books from notes that Robert Jordan left on it. So I'm on book 7. This is book 14, so I don't know when I'll ever get to it, but I have it, and they all look really nice on the shelf, staring me down. So. But anyway, I just figured I'd add those on there because, of course, I forgot. So, thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.